If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining, and I hope you get a lot out of this channel. And I encourage you to participate and ask questions. The purpose of this channel is to hopefully build up a little bit of a community for people that are struggling with weight loss, people that have struggled with obesity. I am a person that has struggled with it my entire life, and even now, while I have made significant progress in what I've been trying to do, I still have a long way to go. If you haven't made your way through all the videos yet, I started off at 551 pounds. That was the official first weight that I had when I went to see Dr. Fortino. You'll see him throughout this channel, and I'll reference him quite a bit. And that was a really hard thing to swallow, but it wasn't the hardest thing for me at first. I was something else. A few months before I went to see Dr. Fortino, might have been December of 2022, January 2023, my mom and I took the dogs for a walk around the block. And there's a little bit of a playground near our home, which kind of cuts through the halfway point of the block. And what I did was, instead of walking the entire block, I took the dog I was walking with, Charlie, and we went through the playground to come home. So essentially, I cheated. And we were sitting there on the front stoop, and my mom had a tough talk with me. She asked me, she voiced her concern with me about my weight, and she wanted to know if I was going to do something about it. And, when you're at 551 pounds, it's really hard to have that type of conversation. Something has to be done, but you don't know how to start. And you just don't like to hear it. You don't like to talk about it because it's kind of like a revolting thing that's inside of you. And every time there's a mention of it, it kind of just like grows and grows. And I don't know if it's forcing you to confront it or if it's just something that's just, I don't know, it's just lingering. You don't know how to handle it. And so when I had that conversation with my mom, she got to a point where she said something about whether she asked me if I hated her or something like that. I said, no, don't hate you. I hate myself. I hate myself for getting to this. And I didn't go further on because I was falling apart. I was torn. I was devastated. And I had looked around. I didn't quite know what to do because it seemed like, a lot of information was conflicting online. I didn't know what to believe, didn't know what to trust. And it seemed like everybody I called was just out there to make a quick buck. And everything was either expensive or it was too far away. It was just like all the excuses were stacking up. I didn't know where to go. So finally, my mom, through my oldest sister, was able to get this information about the doctor that I started seeing.
Fellas, we're broken. We need to change. And look, I know change can be scary.
So I went to see Dr. Fortino on March 13th, 2023. And at that time, as I said, I stepped on the scale. I didn't even, I just knew it wasn't going to be this. And when you're at that point, there are a lot of different ways that, the person standing there with you could respond. They could tell you something. They could give you something that's sugar coated, make it taste good, or they can give you the medicine that tastes bad, but it's going to help you. And luckily, Dr. Fortino looked at me and he said, "We got a lot of work to do." And his scale only goes up to about 1,000 pounds. And he told me that. He's like, that's almost a half a ton. And I was halfway to a half a ton. And that was not nice to know. But the fact that he looked at me and said, "We have a lot of work to do," for some reason, that was reassuring. It was good to know that I would have somebody by my side. And so like someone I could trust with how to start off. And at the beginning, he just kept it simple. And he told me that, one, don't work to get perfect. Don't work to get thin. Work to get stronger. Work to get better. Work to get leaner. Work to get healthier. Okay. And so that was the starting point. I had to learn how to eat. I had to learn nutrition. It wasn't about going on a diet. I had to learn how to eat. And I had to find ways to be active. But I think overall, it was really important for me to be interested in it. Because if I wasn't interested in it, I wasn't really going to invest myself into it. So if you're coming to this channel for the first time, I want to share some pointers with you. If you're at the beginning stages, or if you don't know where to start, don't know how to start, I would say, okay, keep it simple. Okay. There are some things that you know in your heart that are very healthy for you, that can be very beneficial for you. And if you have an honest understanding of your body, and that, like, what you can eat, what you can't eat, that you don't have any allergies to certain things. You just know there are certain things that you should be eating. Okay. And as far as, like, whether it's protein, or if you want to be like vegetarian, vegan, that's a different conversation. Okay. But you should do your best to get healthy, organic food. Right. And what Dr. Fortino told me was, if it grows in the ground, it's good for you. It comes from the earth. It's going to be good for you. Okay. So, and you see so many different things, so many different articles about different vegetables that are healthy for you and whatever. And you don't want to get caught up in all that excitement. Okay. Keep it simple at the beginning. I would suggest not focusing on eating just like lettuce and onions like a basic salad. I would try to find a leafy green that you like. For me, it was spinach. I love spinach. I can do so many different things with spinach. And I've come to enjoy other things, such as broccoli and cauliflower. One of the best things that you can do is find different ways to make those things delicious. There are so many great recipes out there that use healthy ingredients that make that stuff taste really good. I never thought I was going to enjoy roasted vegetables, but oh my God, that's like, they're amazing, So be open-minded, keep things simple at first. I would say get several things in each healthy food group. Your proteins, your greens, okay? Get, high proteins, good carbs, not bad carbs, right? You got to start to adapt and get away from the bad processed carbs that maybe you've been addicted to for a long time. And just start easy there. Start simple, right? Also, I would say it's very important that you find some types of basic exercise that you'll enjoy. For me, it was swimming, and then swimming led to walking, and eventually it led to weightlifting. Now it's like a little bit of a combination of the three. And in the past, I couldn't find the time to go to the gym. It was really hard for me. It was really hard for me to find time to go exercise. But now it's hard to keep me away from the gym. I really love it. I love going there. I feel very active. And so it's funny how that'll work out for you. Okay. So, like, if you're at the beginning stages and it seems like it's really hard, you don't know where to start, I want you to understand, I know exactly how that feels. But I'll tell you that the hardest step is that first step. Once you take that first step, everything else is going to come together, and you'll be able to do as many things as you can over time. Believe it. Okay. And who knows, wherever you start off, do a little bit of time, 5 minutes, walk 5 minutes. That's the first day. Maybe the second day, go to 10 minutes, then 15. You want to do at least 15 minutes of walking, at least at first. Maybe you like to play basketball. Do that. Do anything that you can to move your body. Dance around your home. Okay. Stand up, stand down, whatever it is, move your body. Okay. And that's another great thing that I can tell you. Now, there are some other things that you're going to need to do from the start. All right. Let's say one is be ready to go deep into your soul, into your heart. All right. A lot of times, this issue of obesity is related to some emotional and psychological issues that have to be confronted. All right. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I can't tell you exactly how to do that. A lot of times you got to do that soul searching on your own. And what I've come to find was that, like, in a lot of the time that I've been swimming and also like walking around, it does give me a lot of time to think about things, reflect on things, and kind of like rationalize things and understand that, you know, things aren't as bad as maybe I had made them be in the past, which may have triggered a lot of my issues with what I've been eating. Okay. There's probably another point in the future that I'll have to go and seek professional help. I understand that. But for now, what I'm saying is be ready. Be ready to confront some strong emotions. Right. And also, you got to be ready to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anybody else. If you're lying to yourself about what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're putting into your body, what you're actively doing or not doing, it's not going to work out. You'll never be able to leave it behind. Okay, because if you're lying to yourself, you're going to end up lying to any healthcare professional that'll be helping you out, doctor, nutritionist, whatever. Okay, so be ready to be honest, right? Keep daily journals of what kind of exercise you're doing, what you're eating. That's another good tip that I would give you. You know, you know what I did to also help out? Hide your bank card, and hide your credit card, your debit card. I mean, it kind of stinks because, like, if you leave it at home and then you go out, you know, some kind of an emergency that happens, then you're kind of screwed. I get, you know, but like, you know, I realize, like, if you don't have that card on you, you don't have that money on you, you're not going to spend it on things that are not good for you. You don't have that temptation to, like, you know, instead of turning right to go home, you turn left to go to the convenience store to get that Snickers bar or that Doritos or whatever, you know. But if you don't have that bank card on you, if you don't have that credit card on you, no cash on you, that's not going to be an issue. And I guess, like, one other thing I'll leave you on before I end this one is don't be afraid of healthy choices, making healthy choices, taking those healthy steps. You know, when you go out with friends, I mean, I know how hard that is. You know, you want to have the pizza, the Sicilian pizza they're eating with all that pepperoni and sausage and that mushroom. Oh my God, it's so hard to turn. And, like, you know, sometimes they order stuff that just has this amazing smell. It's like that aroma that comes from the cinnamon apple cake, and it comes up to you and say, "Hey, big boy, how you doing?" You just got to fight that temptation. You got to find ways to take your mind off of those things. You know, if you hang out with people that regularly do that kind of stuff, you might have to, like, you know, make a different decision that night. You know, do something else. You know, but don't get caught up in what they're doing. And if they have a hard time understanding that, then, you know, that's just something they're going to have to accept, because your health has to come before everybody else, right? And but just be honest with your friends. Let them know how important it is to you. You'll be amazed at how much they're going to support, how much they love you. So yeah, I just wanted to share those few things with you. For those of you that are in the beginning stages of this journey, I know it's not easy. And going back to my first point from earlier, you know, like I said, if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anybody else on the same thing as love, you know. And that was my issue. That was probably my biggest issue. I didn't love myself, you know, and that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to tell myself. If you're not on your own side, if you don't have your own back, who's going to have? You know what I mean? And yeah, it might be tempting to eat sweetest, most delicious thing. I know that. But at the end of the day, when you start to learn about nutrition and what you consume into your body, you start to realize that a lot of the stuff that you've been eating over the years, not good for you. Not good for you. It's there to make you not feel healthy, not feel energetic. Some of it can lead you to becoming sick. It's hard, you know? And it's like having your best friend turn on you after all these years. You know, like, oh my God, you've been sleeping with my wife? Oh my God, no, you know, we're best friend and my wife. But, you know, you realize that those bad foods, those delicious foods are not your friend. It's a little easier to accept. All right. So again, thank you for coming and joining me here in Chuckadelphia. I want to have some more content like this in the future. And I hope that you make the best out of this. If you want to tell me a little bit about your own journey, please put it into the chat box. If you have any questions for Dr. Fortino, you'll be seeing some videos from him in the future. And if you're interested in Dr. Fortino, I will put his link into the chat box. Look him up. He's a great dude. He really got me, you know, going in the right direction. And I know he could do that for you too. All right. But at the end of the day, nobody else can do it for you except for you. I will be the first one to tell you that. Okay. And but it's important for you to know that there are other people out there that are in the same boat. And for you, if you're struggling and you feel embarrassed or shameful and you don't know how to express yourself, how to talk to other people about this is a good place to come. Right? You know, I'll be here for you. Post in the comment section. I'll respond. If you have questions, I'll respond. Okay? We're in this together, one step at a time. But at the end of the day, you're going to be moving forwards, not going backwards. Okay?
Most of the time, change is a good thing. I think that's what it's all about. Embracing change, being brave, doing whatever you have to so that everyone in your life can move forward there.
Okay. So that is all for tonight. Thank you very much. This is Chuck in Chuckadelphia. You have a wonderful night, wonderful week. I will see you when I see you. Ciao, ciao.